Hi everyone, it's Stephanie with Michigan Condo Voices, here with a really quick video on the process for changing HOA bylaws. I'll be using an example from 2016, and let's get into it. Have you ever wondered how your homeowners association can just change the bylaws? Well, in Michigan, the process for amending condominium bylaws is not as simple as filing new paperwork. It's a whole legal process, and it must involve the people who live there, the co-owners. Today we're going to look at the proper process for changing HOA bylaws and use a real example of when the board amended its bylaws without co-owner approval, allegedly. Let's take a look at the legal framework. In Michigan, the bylaws of a condominium association are part of the master deed, and changes require co-owner approval, not just a board vote. A regular or special meeting with at least 66 and 2/3% of all co-owners in number and in value must be present to vote. The board can propose an amendment, but they cannot finalize it without that owner vote. This information is pulled directly from our bylaws, Article 15, Amendments, Section 3, Voting, page 43. Let's take a look at some of these changes that were made. In this community, the board filed what's called the First Amendment to the amended and restated Master Deed in 2016. That filing changed the bylaw section on director and officer liability. Essentially, the part that defines when board members can or can't be held responsible for their actions. It moved the language under Michigan's Nonprofit Corporation Act, clarifying protections for volunteer board members. However, there's one major issue with this. It is unclear if co-owners were ever asked to vote on that amendment. I have heard directly from co-owners that they do not recall voting to amend the bylaws in 2014 or 2016. If co-owners didn't approve it, then legally the change may be invalid, even if it was recorded with the Oakland County Deeds Register of Deeds. So these are actual receipts for both changes in 2014 and 2016. So it's safe to say that these changes did occur, but what's still a question mark is whether or not co-owners voted for the bylaws to be amended. So the receipt on the left was recorded on December 18, 2014. It's library number 47706, beginning on page 175. And again, they were amended 2 years later in 2016 on August 5th, library number 49662, page 74. Why co-owner approval matters. Bylaws are the rules that govern how our association operates. When they're changed without a co-owner vote, it undermines the system of checks and balances that are meant to protect everyone. Unapproved amendments can shift power to the board, reduce transparency, and limit owner oversight. If those changes were never authorized, co-owners may have the right to challenge them and in some cases revert back to the last properly adopted version of the bylaws. So, what's the bigger picture? In this case, there was already a complaint about a 2014 restatement and amendment and amended bylaws. Then, 2 years later, another amendment appeared, again with no apparent co owner vote, allegedly. This pattern raises some very serious questions. One might want to consider, were the changes made to align with the law or to protect the board from accountability? Even if the changes were harmless, the process matters just as much as the content, because once the board starts bypassing the co-owners, transparency breaks down and trust goes down with it. So, what can co-owners do? If you suspect your bylaws were amended without your approval, here's a few things you can do. Get a copy of the recorded amendments from your county of registered deeds if you cannot find them on Town Square. Ask the board for proof of the co-owner vote approving each change. If no vote occurred, consider requesting legal review or filing a complaint with the state's oversight body. In closing, transparency transparency isn't optional. It's a must. Understanding your bylaws protect your rights. Every co-owner deserves to know what rules govern their community at any given time and to have a voice in changing them. The 2016 amendment might look small and immaterial, just a few lines or a few pages regarding the board's liability, but it's a reminder that how changes are made is just as important as what changes are made. When co-owners are left out, the association loses its foundation of trust and shared governance. But when we understand the process, we can hold our boards accountable and protect the rights of everyone in the community. That's it for today. Please like, share, comment, turn on your notifications, and subscribe. It will help with the YouTube algorithm, and I'll continue to come back twice a week with other updates and subjects. If you have any thoughts on things you'd like me to cover, please send me an email or leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later today to discuss legal expenses in our budget. That'll be a fun one. Very interesting information that I found. Okay, bye for now.